Hi there, welcome to my views and news exclusive video for you, which is an analytical video. It's about Jawar Mohammed, whose interview with BBC Afan Oromo was released today. Jawar today launched himself as the alternative, as the new Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Today's interview seems to be the start of Jawar's electoral campaign to be the next Prime Minister of Ethiopia. Though he did not say a word about being Prime Minister or being interested in uh, uh, getting himself elected as the Prime Minister. But if you read between the lines what Jawar said, it's clear that today's interview basically carried a message not just for Ethiopians but for international community as well. Let's have a detailed look at what Jawar said. BBC Afan Oromo interviewed him. Interview obviously is in Afan Oromo. You can watch the interview. Jawar firstly severely criticized the Ethiopian government in this interview. He said that this government basically has no roadmap. It wants access to sea, but it has no plan. He backed the idea of the establishment of a naval base, Ethiopian naval base abroad. But he said that Ethiopia should get access to sea and build a naval base through dialogue. Neighbors know what our needs are. Through coercion, through faulty strategies, you cannot gain access to sea. First point. Secondly, he claimed that the country is collapsing economically. He said that false picture of prosperity and development is being propagated by the government to the international community. Ministers lie to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. They don't show him the real picture. There's no prosperity, there's no development. Basically, government is trying to deceive the international community. Thirdly, he talked about conflicts. He said that this government is not interested in resolving conflicts. This government is not interested in talking to armed groups. He said that he takes responsibility for bringing the arms to the table. Fano as well. He made this claim that he can bring Fano to the table. Ola as well. Who was he addressing, by the way? He was addressing international community, that I am the one who can bring peace and stability to Ethiopia. I am the one who can talk to Fano and Ola. I am the one who can talk to armed groups. And he confirmed that he's in talks, he's in contact with the armed groups. That is what I'm saying, that today he launched himself as a candidate to be the next Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He launched himself to the international community, to Ethiopians as well. Then he claimed that this government wasted 28 billion on Tigray war and now it is building resorts. 70% of the country is not under the control of this government. Big claim by Jawar, not true, obviously. It's not that Ethiopian government has no control of 70% of Ethiopia. No, it's not true. Exaggeration by Jawar. Then he talked about his intentions. Is he going to come to Ethiopia? He's not in Ethiopia, he's abroad. He was in Kenya last time when we confirmed. He said that he will come to Ethiopia if the atmosphere is favorable for political activity. So far, atmosphere is not conducive. He said he's in contact with OLF as well, but Opposition parties are not allowed to carry out any political activity in Ethiopia. But he will come to Ethiopia once the situation improves. But he vowed to fight the government. He said, "We will fight the government. This government will have to change or it will have to quit." How will he fight the government when he is not uh, giving a plan? It seems he's not interested in launching a street movement. A Kio like movement is not being planned by Jawar. Last point is very important. He said he'll travel across the world. He'll tell the world, the international community, that this government is not interested in peace. This government is painting a false picture of prosperity and development. International community should put pressure upon this government to hold free, fair, transparent election. Basically, Jawar today launched his electoral campaign. He launched his campaign abroad. He's not in Ethiopia. He's not likely to enter Ethiopia in coming days or weeks because Ethiopian Abiy does not want any party to start electoral campaign now, around a year remaining to the holding of election, to the expiry of the term of this government. Abiy will allow these politicians to come to Ethiopia maybe a few weeks or months before the election. Jawar is basically sending a message to Ethiopians in Ethiopia, Ethiopian diaspora, people of other ethnic groups too, not just Oromos, an international community, that this government has collapsed, that he and Ethiopians have no hopes that this government can perform. That is why he is the alternative. He should be considered as an alternative. He is the one who can solve economic issues, security issues, foreign policy issues, other issues, because he believes in dialogue, in reconciliation. He does not believe in the use of brutal force against groups and people in the country. Shimalis and Ethiopian PM Abiy in some recent talks criticize those who say that government has no plan, government has no roadmap about access to sea. PM Abiy was heard saying that government has a destination, its destination is sky. It wants to reach the sky. Shimalis also accused a political expert of having connection with armed terrorists. Maybe he was talking about Jawar. Overall, Jawar today sent a strong message that he is not part of Prosperity Party, that he won't contest next election in alliance with Prosperity Party. Prosperity Party is destroying the country. And he and his party have every right to start political activity in Ethiopia, which is denied. PM Abiy does not allow any political party to carry out political activities in Ethiopia. And these parties are not in the parliament. They boycotted 2021 election. They cannot play any role in the parliament. They can only mobilize international community, especially the US and EU. Jawar, I think, will soon travel to Canada, US, EU, Europe, especially US. US is the main player. US has connections in Ethiopia. US facilitated talks between Ola and government. US is the one which made Pretoria possible. And Jawar definitely now is going to put pressure upon Ethiopian government through the US to force Ethiopian Abiy to make some concessions about the activities of politicians and political parties in Ethiopia. Let's see what happens. Jawar has not given any plan about how he wants to remove the government, how he wants to force the government to change his ways. He only said that this government will have to change, will have to quit. But how will he force the government? He's not willing to come to Ethiopia because if he comes, if he enters Ethiopia, he could put in prison, especially after such interviews. Who is going to tolerate him? The Imam is not known for giving space to his opponents. Though Jawar has every right to start political activities in Ethiopia, he's a politician. He's not head of an armed group, but still unacceptable to the Ethiopian PM. Let's see how the government responds. You will see response, I think. Abiy is also now has election in his mind. A week ago, he was talking about election. He said, talking to Prosperity Party officials in southern Ethiopia, that you have less than a year remaining, around a year remaining in power. Perform, make people's lives easier so that you will be re-elected in the next election. Thank you for watching.